One of the last remaining members of the president's original cabinet today resigned, Education Secretary Arne Duncan calling it quits. The president said he did a terrific job. Here's one metric, though, that the president apparently didn't consider. SAT scores over the course of his administration have fallen to the lowest levels in a decade. There were declines across all three main disciplines: reading, mathematics, writing. African Americans and Hispanics slipping further behind in those same tests. Joining us tonight, the host of Mornings on the Mall on WMAL in Washington, editor-at-large at the IJ Review, Larry O'Connor. Larry, good to have you with us here. And radio talk show host Sam Sorbo, author of The Answer. Good to have you all here.
Thanks, Lou. Great to be here.
Thanks.
Sam, let me ask you this. With those SAT scores, there are very few metrics that this president could say his administration has done well on the issue of education, including in his hometown of Chicago. What's the deal here?
Well, I think it's a question of priorities, Lou.
Sorry.
I'm sorry, Sam first,
ahead,
if you
Sam.
would, please. Larry is such an air
To me,
hog.
okay.
You have no idea.
He just changes the metric. I mean, he's talked about the deficit going down. It was the highest deficit that we had seen when he first took office. So of course it's gone down since then. It was very low right before he took office. He just changes the metric. So and these test scores don't bode well for him. I'm not really sure what he's thinking. I'm happy that Arne Duncan is stepping down. I have my doubts about his successor, but I have no faith in Common Core. Absolutely none. No Child Left Behind, same thing, or the Race to the Top. I have no faith in it whatsoever. It's a way to try to purchase education, which is being unsuccessful.
Larry, I have to say, I don't understand this new math. I didn't understand the old new math, but they've left me farther and farther behind with each iteration of trying to improve on basic arithmetic.
Yeah, it's not new math. It's nonsensical math. You ask any mother or father, or look at any parent's Facebook page, and they'll post these incomprehensible math formulas on their page and say, this is what my kid is supposed to be doing for homework, and they make no sense. That's the Common Core that is the legacy not only of Arne Duncan, our esteemed Secretary of Education, but also Jeb Bush, who's running for president. And also, this is a question of priorities. You look at the agenda of your typical school board right now, and they're not arguing about how to raise test scores, Lou. They're arguing about how the administration is putting pressure on them to give full access to transgendered high school students so they can go to the opposite gender locker room or bathroom. That's the priority of this administration, not education.
Yeah, and of course, one of the priorities for everyone in education now is just the safety of the institution. The president talking about gun control, Sam, he's politicized this again. It is permanently politicized, and you know, as if the 300 million guns in this country would be so easy to take from citizens' hands.
Yeah, when they talk about taking guns from citizens, I always answer, well, you first. So the president can give up his security detail, and then we can talk about taking guns from the citizens. There are no gun laws that would have prevented what occurred in Oregon. In fact, it was a gun-free zone. I would argue that the gun-free zone is an attractive thing for somebody with a gun to go in there and do what this man did. And I want to point out he's 26, so he was still eligible for Obamacare. They make a big thing about him still living with his mother, but the fact is he's still eligible for Obamacare. So apparently that's not such a big deal. I want to know why people are saying that that's a big deal when we have it's outrageous.
Yeah. Larry,
and the president politicizing it.
Yeah. Larry, let me ask you, I mean, is this just this president trying to find some way to stay relevant as he runs out of time in office?
But that's a big part of it. But also, I mean, let's face it, going back to your terrific commentary, by the way, about Kevin McCarthy and the problems in the House, who's going to stop him, Lou? I mean, he's going to do whatever he wants. It's what he's done on amnesty. And if he wants to, the first thing he said today when the question was brought up about, we use the term gun control. Have you noticed that they say gun safety? Gun safety laws, not gun control laws. But the first thing he said was, I've asked my people to scour the laws and scour everything to see what I can do on my own. He is going to do whatever he wants on his own.
As if scouring those laws was what it was all about. How much can he get away with?
Yeah,
and,
exactly.
You know, I want to say
but who's going to stop him? That's certainly not Kevin McCarthy-led House of Representatives.
Yeah, you know,
I want to know why he responded so quickly to this when he didn't respond to Putin's attacks in Syria.
well, I guess he didn't see that quite as weak as he sees this. It's so weak a gesture on the part of.
It's not an opportunity.
You're right, Sam.
Well,
good to see you.
and when police are gunned down across the country, he never rushes to the podium to make a comment about that.
Or to lower flags to half-mast for service members that we just lost in Afghanistan. I'm sure that's been corrected, I hope, tonight. Larry O'Connor, thank you very much. Sam Sorbo, we thank you.